Hello everyone and welcome to New Zealand Vision 2 video. Today with a little bit of a different video because League has finally begun. As of today, League has started and we have just gotten our divisions. So the divisions in League, if you haven't known, are basically brackets of skill. And yeah, player will compete in those, and then after a group phase there will be playoffs. Now of course this video might not be interesting for all of you if you don't follow League that closely and all you want to do is just see the cast, then that's fine. For all the others, this was a suggestion by Yapaza to quickly introduce the divisions and take a look at the players that are in there. So this is exactly what we are going to do. So for those of you that want to follow League a little bit more closely but aren't playing in it, you can go back to this video and check out what I'm talking about if I mention some players and their division. And for any League game in the future, I will make sure to quickly mention what's at stake for these two players that are playing at the start of the video, and then we will dive into the game as usual. So for the next couple of weeks, you can expect for the most part League games. I'm not sure about next week if there's not that many or no League games, or at least cast-worthy League games out there. Then you might not see League games yet, but after that point, I think you're probably gonna see League games only for quite a while, and I think the same will probably be true for Attack Power, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. So let's start with Division 1. This is a really strong one. I mean, it's Division 1, it's the best players, and we have a lot of names that are recurring. Of course, from recent casts from Attack Power or myself, you will probably know Koenig and Bemil, but if you follow Steel Division 2 for a little bit longer, you see names that we haven't seen in such a long time, like Onord, Farid, of course, Luna, and Gonzo. These are all fantastic players, and it's great to see them back. Now, personally, I don't know how rusty some of these names of these players that we haven't seen in a while are, but I mean, they used to be very, very strong, and you can't really unlearn. Like if you don't play for a while, you get rusty and you definitely notice, but I feel like these are still going to be very, very, very strong, very, very good players. So definitely curious to see. I do not dare making any predictions on how this is going to play out. I have no clue. Definitely interesting to watch these though. So for group one, because there is not that many players, as you can see, the rules for these are a little bit different. So in group one, there is just one big round robin, so that means that everyone plays everyone, and at the end of the day, the four top players will be in the semifinals and go from there. So two of those will not make it. I'm definitely curious to see who that is going to be. So let's continue on with Division 2. So here we have now different groups, right? In Division 2 and then the rest of the divisions as well. Only two players per group can advance, and these will then go into the playoffs. And yeah, for the other, it's game over at that point. So let's take a look at it. We have some strong contesters here in in all groups really. This division is so juicy. A lot of names that we should know if you have watched Attack Power's channel for a while, or some of them maybe you have encountered them in quick play. Not all of these are playing in quick play very frequently, or at least I have never encountered them, but some of them I definitely have seen, and they are still very active and very strong. So we have Lisek, Stahlbrecher, Mincheli Man, and Tonoman, and then in Group B we have Attack Power, Step Knight, Frublord, and Green. Some old names here as well. And then in Group C we have Sagalito. Okay, this one I actually don't know. And then Stan, of course, Bori, and Yapaz. I mean, yeah, you probably know most of these players. Very strong group. This is going to be super juicy. I'm very much looking forward to casting some games from this group. And next up, we have Division 3. So this is the point where we start seeing some names that, at least to me personally, are not that well known, and probably to some of you also not. But maybe, if you are a long time player, maybe you recognize some of these names that I do not. We start off with Waiko Mamori. We have seen him recently in some casts by both Attack Power and myself. I think he's a long-time player and a very good player as well. Vampiro, we know him. We have seen him in a lot of casts. William VC, don't know that guy. Drago Tango. He hasn't been around for quite a bit, but now he is back in tournament games and League. We've seen him in some casts as well. Great guy. Paladin Leper, then X Stark, Crippling Depression, as are all people that I know. I Want the Internet is someone that you should probably know. I think He used to be in the Kingdom of Steel, or at least he played in one of the tournaments there. And he might have been in some of Attack Powers casts as well. I don't remember. I think he was. Epic, we've seen him in a recent cast, actually today's cast as well, and Alessio. Now, while for the other two divisions there is so many good players that I have a hard time making any predictions here, it's kind of the opposite because I don't know a lot of these players. I can't really make a prediction then. I mean, Waiko Mamori should definitely be somewhere at the top based on my experience playing against him. But of course, that is heavily depending on how good some of these other players are that I do not know. And Draco Tang is also going to be a strong contestant, I feel like. And continuing on to Division 4. Here we have a little bit of the same issue when it comes to predictions. There's definitely still some familiar names here that I want to go through. So, first of all, we have a Walser, which is a player that I do not think belongs into this division at all. He should at least be Div 3. I don't know, maybe even Div 2. Um, Pretty strong player. He, like, I don't think anyone will disagree with me here. He will win this division. Like, I have no doubt he will be the Div 4 winner. I'm pretty sure. Next up, it's me. Then we have Crusader 32 and Rasmussen 6969, two players that I do not know. Definitely curious to see how these are going to perform. Then we have not a Bulldog, player that I don't actually know in terms of skills, but he has been active on the Discord, which is, a good sign. It shows that people are active in the community. Kirby Biggums, we have seen him in a recent game, I think against Gascot as well. No Eyes for You, it's a name that should probably not be familiar to you if you play tournament games, but he if you play quick play frequently, he is the guy that is famous for opening with napalm flames and whatnot. So definitely going to be interesting to see how this tournament game is going to be. Because of course, if this is your main strategy, you can just ban these divisions in a tournament setting. So definitely curious there. The Boomer is also someone that we have seen in playing in the tournaments at least. But I have not actually seen him in a cast, I don't think. Salafane, if you have played Quick Play, you might have seen him under the name Rittmeister. Definitely very, very strong contestant as well. Not sure also if he belongs to Div 4, to be honest. I think he could be higher. Gasgod, we know him, we've seen in some casts. Espresso and GamerGeek are two people that I also do not know, so definitely curious there. Hope that we get also some casts from some of these people that, we haven't seen on the channel or Attack Powers channel yet. And last but not least, we have Division 5. Now, here are mostly names that I do not know, so I'm not going to comment on them. Although there's two names that stand out to me in Group C. We have Jeff Jefferson, which we have either seen in some casts, I can't remember, or he will be in a cast that I upload or in one of my backup casts that I have in case I can't finish another cast in time. Either one of those, so you will probably see him at some point on the channel, or you have already seen him. I don't remember correctly. And that is Royal Musketeer, which is a player that I haven't known before, but I have just played a tournament game against him last week. He's also a decent player, and you will see that game or one of these two at least in at some point next week as well. But anyway, let's go through the names. So in Group A, we have Sepuyo, Alpha, Hiko, Leo 333, and More Rübe. And then in B, we have Limington. Anyway, Ruskids, Bumblebee Potato, DJ, Spesnatsty, Moneyman. And then in C, of course, we have Jeff Jefferson, Bexus, Sol Midura, Royal Musketeer, and Mr. Frodo. So yeah, um, just a quick overview. You don't need to remember anything, of course, but so you can go back here if you want to know what I'm talking about when I mention these players and where they're currently playing in. So yeah, with that, I'm really looking forward for League. I hope you are too. Have a great weekend and see you next time.